Buenas tardes. Howdy. That's the limit of my languages. Gary, thank you for that kind introduction. I'm so glad that you made Leadership San Antonio back then. I knew when I saw Leader that you were it. But let me start off first by congratulating the board members that have been selected to serve on this wonderful organization. Thank you for your time and your service to a great organization that does make a difference in people's lives. Mark, thank you so much for you and your team. You do a great job. If you ever decide to relocate, Texas is wide open. We'd welcome you. Also, I want to congratulate Fuerza Unida. Petra and Viola, you did a great job up here. I couldn't tell you were nervous at all. I do have one suggestion though. You know how you're gonna name your jeans Fuerza Unida, jeans with justice? Can you put a little tag on there that says, made in Texas? There's someone else that I'd also like to acknowledge. Oh, and by the way, the photographer takes great pictures. I was seeing on the screen, and boy, you really get them. Congratulations. Are you local? In Texas, we've been named the #1 state to do business, and you're more than welcome to come over here. But I'd also like to recognize a special lady that has done a tremendous job in this community, and that's Janie Barrera. Is Janie still here? Janie. I'm so very proud of you, Janie, for everything that you've accomplished, but most of all for everything that you've done for the small business community in Texas and now Louisiana and New Mexico and so forth, but most importantly, Texas. I have to brag about Acción because I'm also a former board member, but do you know that Acción lends over $1 million every month in microloans? And Janie is known for dispersing capital as fast as she can get it. All in the spirit of, as you also eloquently stated, provide business loans for small businesses with big dreams. So thank you, Janie. Today, as Secretary of State, might add, of the greatest state in the nation, I am proud to join alongside OFN's 6 Texas member institutions serving as conference co-hosts and welcome you to the Lone Star State. And I must admit, I'm especially honored that you all selected my hometown of San Antonio for this event. Actually, asking me to be here today allowed me to sleep in my own bed last night, which I can't even do anymore because I'm not comfortable doing that. I'm more comfortable in hotel rooms. But my husband appreciated it, and it counts on the days that he can't claim abandonment because I'm not in town that often. So thank you all very much. It helps to be in a 44-year marriage, trust me. I couldn't do this if I was a newlywed. But as a longtime advocate for our local chambers of commerce, I also hope that your meeting schedule has allowed you an opportunity to explore our wonderful city, or I should say, spend a little money while you were here. We truly do appreciate it. And I suspect that as if you have visited local restaurants and shops in the area, that you've also come across businesses that have been helped by members in the Opportunity Finance Network. For here in San Antonio, just like the rest of the nation, small businesses and other community enterprises are starting and growing thanks to the work of our many CDFIs. All across the country, you are investing in your communities and helping put Americans to work by helping entrepreneurs to grow stronger businesses and create a brighter future with the access to capital that you provide. Your commitment to helping people and communities to join and meaningfully contribute to the economic mainstream is to be applauded. And so I thank you, all of you, for all your efforts. As a former small business owner for more than 30 years myself, I started very young, I can personally attest to the impact individuals, organizations, and institutions like yours can have in both the survival and ultimately the success of our small businesses. I can also attest to the determination and tenacity that is required for small businesses to succeed. In my own example, I was fortunate, or as I like to say, I was blessed. You see, I had a great business partner, and together we had a solid idea and a plan for how we could reach our business goals and dreams. On their own, though, our actions would not have been enough to ensure our success. To bottom line it, we needed access to capital to succeed, and that's where the tenacity and determination came in handy. You see, back in those times, micro-lending and other valuable assistance that organizations such as yours provide weren't as available, but fortunately, we persevered. However, my business partner and I didn't let 5 loan rejections through traditional financial houses keep us from realizing our dreams or succeeding. I bet those financial houses wish they would have given me a loan back then. But anyway, but we kept going. I'm just kidding. I do have a list in my desk drawer. No, I'm just kidding. Please, I'm trying to be serious. You know, we kept going. We kept believing. We kept asking. And finally, loan officer number 6 saw our vision, our passion, and they took a chance on us on being able to succeed. And succeed we did. You see, what we started with a hunch, an ad in a neighborhood newspaper, and a $1,000 initial investment, we carefully grew and nurtured it into 4 companies that eventually employed more than 300 Texans. And a few years back, thank you. And a few years back, we celebrated another high point in our business lives when those companies were sold to a publicly traded corporation. Do I share this with you to brag or to boast about my business success or what we were able to accomplish? Of course not. But I can tell you that in both my prior capacity and now as Secretary of State, I recognize and personally understand exactly how important it is to invest in communities where more traditional financing does not reach. You know, throughout my travels, as I promote economic development across Texas, I have met with numerous business owners who definitely and share with me that they got their first big break from a member of your organization. America is blessed that you recognize that access to opportunity and the potential prosperity that it offers families definitely changes lives. And that is why it is so important that initiatives like yours continue and prosper so that others may also have access to that wonderful American dream. I know that you have your challenges and sometimes may feel overwhelmed with all the regulations and the lack of capital and everything. But do not lose focus of what your real mission is. You know, in Texas, I'm proud that we are a state that we acknowledge the role that our small businesses play in our state. In fact, we have more women and minority-owned businesses than 45 other states combined. And small business is a major employer in Texas. So I hear stories about entrepreneurs who are succeeding because they're willing to work hard. They have well articulated their goals and their plans, and most importantly, they have found financing partners like you all who are willing to help them open the doors of opportunity and realize their dreams. Our governor in the state of Texas holds small business forums throughout the state, because what we go out and communicate to our small businesses is that the state of Texas wants to be their partner, and that's how we do it in Texas. Perhaps that's one of the reasons that so many other states are saying Texas is the future. You all are welcome to join us anytime. My office is open. But what you all provide people every day is really so much more than funding. The important loans that you provide create jobs, promote income stability, improve credit scores, and help customers ultimately become bankable. In hindsight, I recognize that my success and the success of so many others would have been impossible without community-focused financiers like you and the organizations that you represent. But there is nothing unique about our accomplishments. You see, our story is merely one of thousands of success stories associated with community development financial institutions. With more than 900 institutions across this nation, you are changing the future of America, one small but truly significant investment at a time. And in addition to helping business owners and other entrepreneurs succeed, your financing is most definitely helping improve the quality of life for entire communities. You know, when small businesses and nonprofits in traditionally underserved communities have the access to the capital they need to start and expand their companies or programs, they bring resources, employment opportunities, and prosperity to the communities around them. In fact, your work reminds me of the legend of Johnny Appleseed, a young man who traveled across a very young United States, planting seeds that grew into apple-bearing trees all across our nation. Johnny might have planted apple seeds, but you are planting something much more important and lasting. You are planting investments that are springing up into orchards of prosperity in every state, which helps us to recognize that it isn't called seed money for nothing. And thinking about it, perhaps a tree is the most appropriate symbol for your work, because what you all do and provide every day is changing family trees and the future for so many families. I know it did in the case of my own family. Today, when we combine the power of the Texas economy with the opportunities unleashed through through community development financing, the possibilities are limitless. Of course, we always say that Texas is the land of unlimited opportunity, but I won't talk anymore about Texas. But this is timely, as Texans who have always been fiercely independent continue to pursue entrepreneurial opportunities, all the while remaining very driven and hungry for success. One of the most important things that I can do as Secretary of State is to make sure that we help steer people toward a path of success or encourage them to blaze their own trail without getting in their way. And today, on behalf of the great state of Texas and our more than 25.5 million residents, I thank each of you for the work that you do to also help aspiring business people walk their own paths and blaze their own trails and change their family trees forever. Having been a small business success story myself, I can tell you that the assistance that you provide goes far beyond the financial realm. You are shaping the very future of generations to come through the access to opportunity that you help create. You are also investing in not-for-profits that empower your local communities to control their own future. Your work is so significant, as reliable financing can make all the difference between success and failure. So together, I hope that we will all continue to encourage entrepreneurship, to invest in programs that help improve our communities, to recognize innovation, and to reward hard work, dedication, ambition, and passion. Let's keep working tirelessly to provide our communities tools that assist entrepreneurs in strengthening their businesses and stabilizing and increasing their incomes, all while creating employment opportunities and contributing to the economic success of their communities. I know that you will be remembered. You will be placed on someone's list as, if it wasn't for Janie Barrera, I would have never started my business. So be on someone's list where you made a difference to help them realize their dreams and change their family trees. I hope that you've had a successful conference and trust that you've enjoyed your time here in San Antonio. I want to thank you for making such a difference every day for so many. And as you heard, I do serve as a Chief Elections Officer. So for all Texans, early voting begins October 22nd and runs through November 2nd. For all those that don't vote in early voting or in your state, I'm not sure what your early voting period is, but please do not forget that November 6th is Election Day. And we should all do our part in making sure that we go out and vote and not take for granted this most important privilege that we as Americans have. So, may God bless this tremendous organization, all your important work, and may He continue to bless the great state of Texas. Muchísimas gracias.